Well, hello and welcome to my latest video back in the garage. Now, a few months ago I did an unboxing and a sort of a review of this, which, if you're not familiar with it, is called a Tailfin and is a rear rack for a bicycle. This particular model, by the way, is made of carbon, but you can get an alloy version which is a bit cheaper, but that isn't really the point of this video. So then I was on Facebook for some strange reason, trying to find out something about Brexit or the world family probably, and I came across a Moulton bicycle group where somebody was talking about carrying some baggage on the back and the bike was shifting around a bit and it wasn't really going all that well. And I said, have you tried a Tailfin rack? And the guy said, does it fit? And I said, well, I don't know, I'll find out for you. So I thought what I'd do in this video is have a look and see whether this Tailfin rack will fit on a Moulton bicycle and therefore could give you a decent luggage carry solution, which may be better than the one you've got. Now, I appreciate that's not necessarily a topic that's of top interest to all of you. Some of you are thinking, well, why can't we have some more about the crown, Julian? Or why can't we have something about, I don't know, advice for the new cyclist? Well, you may be a new cyclist who's just bought a Tailfin rack and a Moulton bike and you want to know if the two things go together. Anyway, you're not getting that. You're not getting interesting content like, you know, what I carry in my saddlebag. Or you're not getting, you know, can Julian climb up a 30% slope and is it better on an aerodynamic or on a lightweight bike? You're not getting that kind of top level YouTube content. What you're getting, is it possible to put this particular rack on a Moulton bicycle? So that's enough of the waffle. Let's get to it. And of course, the other thing you need, apart from a Tailfin rack, and you know, this may come as a surprise to you, you're going on a bit of a limb here, you're going to need a Moulton bicycle. Well, funnily enough, I managed to get my hands on one. And if you look at one of these videos up there, down there, around there, I don't know where the fuck it is, there is a video about New Bike Day when I actually got the Moulton. Well, it's not actually new, but it was new to me, if that makes sense. Anyway, come on, Julian, get on with it because we've got to finish this video before Jeremy Hunt's mini budget. Massive, fucking universe-sized budget. Anyway, enough of that. Right, here we have the Moulton. I appreciate there's so much stuff in this garage. It's a little difficult to see clearly, but anyway, that's a front wheel there. That's the Moulton space frame, I think it's called. That's a bottle cage. That's a saddle, Gilbertou saddle, by the way, with a Lausanne. Is it a Lausanne? I think it's a Lausanne saddlebag on the back, none of which is relevant to this particular video. And there is the suspension block there, that thing in the just there, that's the suspension block for the Moulton. And here we have the rear triangle with the rear wheel. So what we want to do is put the Tailfin rack on here so that we can carry our luggage. So let's see if that's going to work. So I need to set up this camera in a way that allows you to see stuff. Not quite sure how to do that yet. Give me a moment. Okay, the Tailfin rack has three mounting points. First of all, there is this bracket thing here. Now this goes around the seat post of your bike, and then at the base of the Tailfin, as you can see, there are two holes here, and this allows you to put it into the mudguard holes of your bike, assuming you have mudguard holes. Now, if you don't have mudguard holes, you can get a through axle adapter that will then stick out on either end of your wheel, and there are two quick release catches that you can get for the Tailfin, which allows you to attach it to the through axle. Not sure what you can do if you have a quick release axle. Sorry, I've not faced that situation because I use the mudguard mounting points for my particular bike, and I'm going to see if that works on the Moulton. Oh, there's a joke here for you, by the way. I had two cats, which unfortunately died, but I really liked them, so I thought I'd get them stuffed. So I took them to the taxidermist, and I said, can you stuff these two cats, or whatever it is that you do with them? And the guy said, yeah, of course I can, sir. And he said, do you want them mounted? And I said, no, just keep them separate. They were only good friends. Anyway, so there's a mounting cat joke for you. So let's present the Tailfin to the Moulton, and let's see if we can get the two things to to get mounted, as it were. Okay, step one, let's see if we can attach the bracket here to the seat post here. Okay, so let me just move some stuff around. Sorry, there's a bit of wire there going in front of the lens. Hope you can still see me, because I can't see what you can see, if that makes sense. So this goes just around there like that, and you clip it in there, and you just tighten it up like that. You see, so it's very simple, very straightforward, and I hope you can see that that is now here, firmly attached, and that is not moving. Okay, so we now need to see if we can mount the bottom stays, or the bottom part of the tailfin rack, to the mudguard points of the Moulton. So let's move the camera again, see if we can get a decent angle for that. Bear with, bear with. Okay, I'm using my handy pointer here, and you can see that bolt there. That is the bolt that's holding the mudguard stays into the frame. So I'm going to use the hole that that bolt goes into for the tailfin rack. Now you might say to yourself, well, hang on a minute, Julian, if you take that bolt out, surely the mudguards aren't going to stay on. Well, you could use a longer bolt which would attach both of them, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I just want to see if the tailfin rack will fit on. So we're going to remove the mudguard stays so that we can use that particular bolt hole. Okay, I've got myself a park tool here. You don't need to use a park tool, you just need to use an Allen key that will fit this bolt. So let's see, is it that one? No, that's too big. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. So I'm going to just undo that bolt there. So that's the mudguard bolt which I've removed. So as you can see here, let me just move that, the stay of the mudguard is no longer attached. Okay, see that? I'm now going to do that around the other side. There is the second mudguard bolt. So as you can see, the mudguards are now a little bit loose. Doesn't matter, because we're not going to worry about that, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now, something that I need to show you, and what I need to show you is the width, or the gap, between these two sides of the tail fin. Now, it's quite a wide gap, and that's so it can accommodate different bike widths. So we need to find a way of overcoming this particular width so that it fits smoothly onto or into the mudguard bolts. So let's see if Tailfin provide anything that allows one to do that. Okay, this is my box of Tailfin bits that they provide. And if I open the box, you can see there is various bolts and so forth. These things here, by the way, is what you use to attach the Tailfin rack to your through axle if you don't have a mudguard holes. I'm sorry, I don't know whether this works with a quick release axle, but you can find that out for yourself if you've got a quick release axle. So what we have here is these spacers. You see these spacers? And here's another spacer, and the quick-witted amongst you will notice that that is now 2 spacers. And then we have various bolts, and this is quite a long bolt. So if we use both of these spacers, as I'm putting on here, like that, you can see we've used both spacers, but there is still room to put that bolt into the mudguard hole. So let's go round to the bike and let's see if that works. Okay, here is the long bolt. Here is the base of the tailfin rack. I'm going to put the bolt through the hole there, and I'm going to put the 2 spacers on the left hand side there. Then I'm going to present that to the mudguard hole, and I'm just going to screw that in lightly. I'm going to find my park tool, which is here, and I'm going to tighten that up. Sorry, wrong size. Sorry, wrong size. Sorry, wrong size. Sorry, I need to get a different park tool. Here is a different park tool, so it fits the bolt, and there we are, and I've tightened that up like that. Okay, now I haven't done, so back to me, Keith, back to me. I haven't done the other side of the tail fin rack, but basically you just follow the same principle. In other words, you use the longer bolt, you use the two spacers, you bolt it into the mudguard frame, and okay, there it is. It's not, it's obviously not tight because I haven't tightened it up, but I think you can see, actually I will put it on because let's do this properly. Come on, Julian, don't mess about. Okay, I've put the bolt and the spacers in, and I'm just tightening it up. Now, there it is, I've tightened it up. I'll tighten it up on this side. And there it is. Now let's pull back, Keith. All right, this is the tail fin rack, and I think you can see that I'm moving the rack. The rack is not moving, the rack is perfectly rigid. The only thing that's moving is the bike because it's in the bike stand. Trust me on that. So now you're saying, okay, Julian, fair enough, we can see that the rack fits, but what about the bag? This thing is not much use to us without a bag. Okay, fair enough, you're going to be like that, I'll put the bag on. Now if you're not familiar with the Tailfin bag, this is the bag that you get, and the way it works is that this front bit slots under there like that. These two, I don't know if you can see here, open up and then slot into these holes in the rack itself. Let me just come round the camera so I can do that. So they slot in here, and sometimes they slot in very easily. Sometimes you need to jiggle them about a bit. That's, come on, Julian. Oh Jesus, oh God, oh, what have I done? It's amazing, isn't it? The thing about Julian's videos, if you don't know this, by the way, and well, it's just not going in. What you get is real life kind of stuff, you know. It's not like, you know, it's not like one of those videos where everything goes perfectly, because they don't on my videos, right? Life is not perfect. In fact, my life, you may be surprised to hear, is not perfect. Anyway, this is on, believe me. You know, I haven't cheated. So the way the bag works, right, is you put the stuff in, you fold it down like that, you do it up with these straps like that, and you carry all your stuff like, sorry, I'm not attaching this in the right way, but anyway, it's one of these real life videos, isn't it? There you are, you attach it. And then you see you've got this bag, which is a rigid bag that is not moving, that can carry a lot of stuff, and there it is. It fits on the Moulton. You may want to know, well, how does it ride, Julian? You know, give us a full video. Well, I'm not doing any bikepacking trips at the moment, but I think you'll agree there's no reason why that should be any problem or any more of a problem on a Moulton than it is on any other bike, and it is not a problem on any other bike. The Tailfin rack and bag works perfectly. It's not cheap. although the alloy version is cheaper. But I suppose if you add up the cost of, you know, a rear rack and pannier bags and so on and so forth, that's not going to be that cheap. So yeah, I think the Tailfin system is probably more expensive, although the alloy version is cheaper than the carbon. But that isn't the point of this video. This video is about, does the Tailfin rack and bag fit on a Moulton frame? And the answer to that is yes. Well, thanks for watching. Now, I know that other YouTubers, they have a kind of, is it the thumbnail, you know, the picture that you have kind of at the beginning of the video? And usually they're going like that, and they're pointing at the item, you see. So I ought to be doing that, although I'm not actually holding the item because I put it on the bike. So just imagine what I'm doing, you see. I'm pointing at the Tailfin rack and bag. I'm not pointing at this t-shirt, by the way, Nobody Cares, which you can buy from my website. Actually, you can't buy it from my website because I've discontinued my website. So where can you buy it from? I don't know. Have a look below this video and it'll show you where you can get one of the most popular t-shirts currently worn by every member of the cabinet, and it's called Nobody Cares. So thanks for watching. See you next time.